Hi everybody. So I don't have my menu board up, but real quick, I'm going to do a quick, hopefully, beef and vegetable stir fry for the girls. I am sweating. We have the heat on, so my face is a little red. I've been running around. I have prepped everything. Everything's pretty much ready to go. I just have to put it in the pan and show you how to do it. So let's get to cooking. All right, so we have our ingredients. We have our beef, it's in strips. We have bell peppers. I use the mini sweet peppers so that I can get all the different colors. We have mushrooms, sugar snap peas. It's about maybe a cup-ish of all the vegetables and a can of baby corn. And then we have a teaspoon of sesame oil. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and a tablespoon of cornstarch. Don't mind my Nutri-Grain bars. And a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And then for the beef that I'm going to cook, saute some, onion and garlic. As you can tell, I'm a little flustered. It's been a day. I've been running behind all day, so yeah, let's get the ingredients put together, and those are the mini peppers that I use, so you can see how tiny they are. They're about the size of my finger. All right, let's get to cooking. All right, so I've got a little bit of oil in the pan. Yeah, it's already warm. I have the heat set to medium heat. And I'm going to throw in the onions and the garlic. And I'll saute that. So the girls have swim lessons today. And I feel like I probably should not do videos on their swim lesson days. You know, cooking videos. I'm going to record their swim lesson. But on their swim lesson days, so their swim lessons are at 4 o'clock. But I have to be there by 3:30 to get their diapers, you know, swim diapers on, and just to get them dressed and everything. Especially now that it's cold, I don't want them walking outside in a bathing suit and you know, getting chilly because it's a little cold outside. Before, I used to just let them wear the swimsuit, throw on the swim diaper. We'd get there, have our swim lesson, you know, all that fun stuff. But now, so I did turn the heat up a little and then turn it back down just to get it going. But now that it's cold, I want to dress them while they're there. I don't want anybody, you know, just being cold. I'm miserable when I'm cold. But yeah, so I'm rushing around. They normally nap until 2:30 sometimes. So swim lesson days, I wake them up at 2, but I can't really let them play after I wake them up. It's kind of like, it's all business. It's all wake up, change your diaper, run you downstairs, sit you down, eat lunch, and we're on a time limit for lunch, which always, like, I never liked doing that. I like everybody to take their time eating and enjoy themselves, and I don't like to put anybody on a time constraint, but, you know, we have to be to swim lessons, and swim lessons are 45 minutes away, so we have to leave by 2:30 or 2:45 at the latest, to 2:45, just to make sure that we have enough time to get us there. So that only gives us like 20 minutes to eat our lunch. I do bring plenty of snacks that we eat while we're there, but then we have to rush home to have dinner, bath, and bed. So the swim lesson time is, whew, it's a little tough on swim lesson days, even when I'm not doing videos. And, you know, I would normally be cooking something for lunch for them anyway. So, I'm not going out of my way to really do anything, but I wanted to do this video because, I want to do more videos for you guys. And doing the video takes a little bit longer. I have to set everything up and make, I set everything up while I'm cooking anyway, but I don't know, it seems to take me longer to cook during a video, if that makes any sense. I want to get these onions nice and browned first, before I put the meat in. So hopefully everybody else is having a great day and not being rushed around. I feel like we're all rushed anymore through our whole lives. And sometimes we need to, take a few minutes and just take a deep breath, relax, kind of chill a little, but sometimes it's a little tough to do. You're always trying to be 10 steps ahead, and then you're worried you're going to forget something because you're 10 steps ahead. Let me get this a little bit more brown. It's starting to smell really, really yummy. So I'm not going to add any salt to the meat when I put it in here, just because the soy sauce, even though I use the low sodium soy sauce, the soy sauce does have a lot of salt in it, and like I said, this is for the girls. Mom does not like mushrooms. I do not like peppers, so I will be picking that out of mine. If they, make me eat a pepper, hand me a pepper, I will eat it, because it's in front of them, and I don't want them to see Mom turn something down and say, hey, if Mom doesn't eat this, why am I eating this? So there's a lot of foods that Mom now is kind of forced to eat. But you could also add to this carrots, broccoli, really any vegetable. I almost put broccoli in, but I have the snap peas for the green. I almost put carrots in, but I do have orange peppers, so it'll still look nice and colorful, and I don't want to give them too many different textures in one dish, although I think they'll handle it just fine. Alright, well, I'm gonna probably speed this up a little bit, maybe. I don't know, maybe turn the heat up a little bit and get this a little browner. It seems to be slowly cooking because I need to rush it. I know you guys don't want to sit here and watch me sauteing onions talking about my life the entire time. So my husband actually put in some heat pumps, which is why my little menu thing is off the wall. I was going to rehang it and just ran out of time. I do like my little menu thing. The girls can't read yet, but when they're old enough to read, I think I'm going to put breakfast, lunch, and dinner on there so they can read what to prepare themselves for. Or maybe we can make the menu together. That would be fun. Alright, I'm going to throw in the beef now. So I've already used this beef for an earlier video, which is why it's not in the packaging. And I don't want to touch it again, so I'm just going to dump it in there. Keep my hands clean. Just separate it with the spoon. So this way the beef gets all the flavor of that garlic. I don't know if I mentioned the garlic, but I used 2 cloves of garlic. And I used 1 small onion. But yeah, so my husband put heat pumps in to try to take a little bit off of me having to start the wood stove every morning because it's so chilly down here sometimes that when I start the wood stove, I'll come downstairs and it's like 40 degrees. Well, it feels like 40. It's probably actually only 50 or 60. But it just feels really, really cold. So I'm going to just put a little bit of cracked pepper over it. Just a little bit. Give it a little bit of seasoning. But like I said, I'm not going to do any of the salt because we are going to be using soy sauce. I mean, you could do this with tongs too to pick up the meat. And you just want to cook it so that all the pink is out of there. It's going to cook a little bit more later too, but get it mostly cooked. Beef does not have to be like completely cooked through like chicken. And this isn't ground beef. This is a little higher quality, so. But you do want to make sure that it's not, you don't have any raw parts in there. But like I said, I am going to be simmering it a little bit more with the vegetables. And it's going to cook while it's resting too. I'm going to put it all in a bowl. Alright, so that's pretty much your cooked chicken, or your, listen to me, I'm talking about chicken now. Your cooked beef. So I'm going to transfer this to a little bowl. Sieve it over here. Now that we're back, I'm going to put a little more olive oil in the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to put all of the vegetables in here. Another vegetable you could add to this would be water chestnuts. That would be a great vegetable. Let's see if I can slide this giant cutting board. I don't usually use the big one, but my other cutting board is in the dishwasher. You're just going to put them all in there, and don't forget your corn, your can of corn, which I have drained. And for about 2 or 3 minutes, we're just going to saute this a little bit. Right, so I'll probably fast forward it so you're not just sitting here watching me sauteing vegetables. Okay, now it's been about 2 or 3 minutes, so I'm going to actually turn the heat off, but I'm going to just leave the pan here. It's going to continue to cook because I have electric. But the vegetables are pretty soft. Yeah, the vegetables are nice and soft. So you want them kind of like wilty, kind of soft. So I'm just going to leave the pan sit here just to soften everything a little more because the girls are eating it mostly, even though the heat's off. And we're going to go and we're going to mix together our sauce. Okay, so now that we're back, we are going to whisk together our chicken broth, our soy sauce, you can add another clove to garlic if you want to this. I think there's plenty of garlic for the girls. Because Anastasia does not like too much garlic, but there's plenty of garlic for her mixed in with the beef. But we're going to add our brown sugar, our sesame oil, and our cornstarch, if it comes out. Cornstarch is funny. It likes to stick to everything. Can't wait till the girls are old enough to understand to not eat it so we can play with it. I remember playing with the cornstarch in the kitchen with my mom. So you're just going to whisk it together. Make sure all that brown sugar gets in there. All that cornstarch gets nice and stirred up in there. Alright, so that's pretty good. So now we're going to go back over to the stove and we're going to pour this over top of our vegetables. Alright, so we're back. I'm going to turn the stove back on, medium heat, so everything's kind of like simmered down a little bit. And we're going to pour our sauce right over top. We're going to bring that back up to cooking. Make sure I get all that in there, because it's going to thicken as it cooks. If you want to, you can always add a little bit more cornstarch if you need to. I'm going to turn it on high just to bring up the temperature a little more quickly, because I'm in a rush, because that's my day today. Yeah, hopefully they really like this. We'll see. I don't know. I may save it for their dinner when we get home, just so that they're not being rushed through the new meal, because this reheats really well too. Alright, so now that it's like bubbling, I'm going to turn the heat back down, because I don't want to burn anything, but we do want it to simmer nicely. So we're going to give it a few minutes to simmer, and then I'm going to throw the beef back in so the beef can also soak up all the nice texture. So my camera cut out again. So we are going to throw the beef back in here too, is what I was saying. So I think because the heat coming off of the stove is getting pretty close to the camera, so I think that's why it shut off. I'm not sure. So it's kind of getting a little bit thicker consistency. I'm going to give it one more minute. And then we're going to throw the beef in. And Bino has come to investigate because it's starting to smell really good. He's moving his bowl around, trying to see if he can find anything that I may have dropped on the floor. So we're going to put our beef and all the juices and everything right in over top of it. And we're going to mix that in. If you do feel the need to add more cornstarch, just make sure that you mix it with a little bit of water. You don't want to just throw cornstarch on top. That would actually be very, very bad. So I'm probably not going to do a plating, because the more I think about it, the more I think I'm probably going to be better off giving them something that they know so they eat a little bit quicker. So I may videotape a plating of this when I serve it later for dinner. Yeah, I'll videotape the plating later. It's not going to be today. I might be wearing a different shirt. But that's basically it. And once it's a thick enough consistency, you take it off the stove and you eat it. You can eat it over rice. I may do rice if I'm doing it later today, if I have enough time to cook the rice. But it's just as healthy to eat it just like this too. And you get all the pretty colors, the yellows and the oranges and the reds and the greens. Like I said, you can add broccoli to it and water chestnuts, carrots. Depends on how you want to go. But they've never had baby corn, so I didn't want to, or snap peas. So I didn't want to add too many unfamiliar vegetables all at the same time. But eventually we will start, you know, adding more and more to this. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll do the plating on another day, and I'll say my goodbyes on another day, because I really got to get them up and to swim class. So thanks for dealing with my crazy hot mess expressness. And yeah, we'll see you later. Bye. Hi everybody, so we're back. I have heated up the stir fry. There's the stir fry. So I've heated it all up. The girls are up and awake and laughing. I can hear them right now. So I'm going to plate their food. I should put the camera on the other side. I keep doing this in a right-handedness. So I'm just going to give them like one little corn each. And I think I'm going to cut the steak. I'm going to try to give them as many mushrooms and peppers as possible. I only want to give them one corn to start because I think they're going to just pick the corn up and eat all the corn. I was going to put it over rice, but I've decided against that just because I really didn't want to give them a spoon for this. I want them to eat it with a fork. And I feel like with rice and a fork, I can eat rice with a fork, but they might have a harder time eating the rice with a fork. So today's a little, I'm a little less stressed. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. We're not rushing around as much. I don't know why I decided to cook this yesterday and stress myself out because I knew we couldn't eat it. I should have known that. We didn't have enough time. We ended up having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Mom had one too. But I think we only have 3 swim lessons left. So, and then we'll probably wait again until the summer, just because it's so cold, you know, and driving long distances like that is a little tough for them. Get a few more peppers. I think I'm going to use a spoon. And if they ask for more corn, we'll definitely put more corn on there. Try to get some of this gravy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get enough of the sauce. That definitely soaked into everything because I kept it in the refrigerator overnight. So it's not a bad thing. Everything is just going to be nice and soaked up. It also, because of the soy sauce, it changed the color of a lot of the vegetables, so they're not as vibrant. So this is a dish that you really want to have the day of, but I'm sure that they'll end up, I'm trying to make it pretty, they'll end up digging in, hopefully. If not, I do have some meatballs on hand, so we'll just give them a few meatballs to try. But yeah, so that's much smaller than my hand. It's about the size of my palm, and I know that everybody says that serving sizes are the size of the palm of your hand. That's not necessarily true for babies or toddlers. They burn off a lot of their food and have a lot of energy, and they tend to eat a little more than the size of the palm of their hand. So yeah, that is the beef teriyaki. Oh no, it's not beef teriyaki. Oh my goodness, Mama's losing her mind. Um, I'm not even gonna edit that out. I've literally lost my mind. That is beef stir fry. As you can see, I've literally lost it. I'm trying to get everything ready for the contest and everything. So I've had a little bit less sleep than normal, but there it is, plated all nicely for you. All right, and we'll see if the girls enjoy it. The link for that video will be in the description of this video. And I hope you make this. And like I said, you can put it with over top of rice, or you can even put it with noodles, you know, make a lo mein, but whatever you choose. Enjoy. Bye.